Hello fellow traders, this is the second episode of the second series of Forex Debunked. As we have mentioned many times, we are trading our real account for the purposes of this series. All profits go to my subs, so stay tuned, subscribe, like, leave a comment. I think you'll already know what to do. In today's episode, our fellow trader will introduce us a very winning strategy, let's say. The most effective MACD strategy for day trading, crypto, forex, stocks, everything. This technique will make money very easy. It's a high win rate strategy, not a low one. No, do not get confused with this kind of information. The technique works really simple. At least this is how this is why I also choose that to make the presentation. It doesn't mean that because it's a very simple technique, it won't work. It doesn't mean that you have to be so complicated in your strategy or in your trading technique. We have analyzed that and we have mentioned that many times. However, you cannot beat the market by just using an indicator or two indicators or some kind of changes in the values in the periods and so on. So what we will do, the original video is in the description, so you can check it. The first step, let's say, is to identify the long term trend. Now our fellow trader doesn't specify how many candles above the long term or the that we need to pay attention. Let's say I use approximately 35 to 40 candles based on his description and based on his video. I try to be very precise on that, at least based on what he said. Also, he doesn't specify the pairs. For the particular video, we're going to see some pairs on GBP, GY, but usually he doesn't specify on how to do that. So the second step, we will use the 100 EMA, our moving average, exponential moving average. We have given explanations about what is a moving average, how it works, and so on. I mean, there are many useful links in the description in all of my videos. Now, we check after the prices are above the 100 EMA. We will check from some MACD crossovers. And this is our signal. This is the signal to go long. Prices will stay above 100 EMA, and this will give us, will trigger our trade, let's say. I mean, this is what initially our fellow trader advised us to do and how to beat the market very easy. Now, after we do that, he uses success ratio 1 to 1.5. I find it horrible. We have analyzed what is a success ratio. At least we need a decent amount of 1 to 3. Not necessarily. I mean, it's not a rule, but the market is so hard. Let's say. I mean, even if you are able to make accurate predictions, when it comes to apply them in trades, you're going to see that your statistics will drop significantly. So you need a more juicy, let's say, risk-reward ratio. I mean, based on what we know so far in trading. The stop loss was a bit tricky for this one. He doesn't mention exactly based on an indicator. He said to us that we need to use the stop loss based on the previous swing low. For someone that is not familiar with the market and the way that the market moves, I don't think this is a very easy task. However, for us it's much easier to do it. So I was trying to be precise and apply exactly what our fellow trader here proposes to apply. Now, as we've done every time we are come with these kinds of tests, what I'm always doing, we are using the most profitable pair. So we do some tests I'm using the most popular pair, like the Euro USD, GBP USD, USD Yen, and so on. We try and we find what is the pair that we will do our trades, because we need to test 101 trades for each pair, for each test. So before doing that, I want to give him, let's say, the best possible head start, because he doesn't specify the pair. I have done that with most of my systems that we have tried, because we need to see in what pair it will work more, let's say. So that's why I'm choosing the most, let's say, popular. We cannot test all the pairs and all the markets, no. Of course, this is ridiculous. That's why I have already choose that. Based on our trades, the most profitable pair was the GBP USD with 38.46% success ratio. This was the pair that managed to score higher in our trading technique, let's say, in the trading system that our fellow trader proposes. If you remember what we have already said about success ratio and so on, we need this gives us a 1 to 1.5. So if you are watching our series and our video, probably you will understand that we need a slightly more than 40% to be accurate and to be profitable. Now let's see our tests, and let's see how our basic pair, our GBP USD, manage to achieve in that high winning ratio strategy, crypto, whatever. Remember what we've said when we are testing a strategy, a technique, let's say in our episodes, in our series, in Forex Debunked. Usually we are using some standard tests, let's say, because we cannot test all the markets and so on. As I've said, we used the basic, let's say, the major pairs, the Euro USD, GBP USD, USD Yen, Euro Yen, the Australian and the Canadian. The reason is that we try to, let's say, give the best of what we have on this technique, on this strategy. Our winning pair was the GBP USD. So I ran 101 tests. I know that you anticipate for the results. I didn't expect, to be honest, the losing ratio, and I will explain later why. I mean, how can we use that? So testing on the GBP USD, because also our fellow trader doesn't specify the time frames. So I choose several time frames just to make sure and just to be sure. Always I try to avoid the 1 minute because it's very noisy. There is also the spread. So if you want to help your broker, yeah, you can start trading on 1 minute or in the 5 minutes. He doesn't specify this kind of details. So what we did, we choose some, let's say 1 hour, 4 hours, the daily and the weekly. Of course, the weekly and the monthly was very easy, considering there are not so many information on that. So what we did, based on what we saw on our fellow trader, and based on the winning pair, let's say that we've got all the information, I set up all the information based on what our trader said. I exclude major events. He doesn't also specify that. For example, it's the interest rate decisions, the huge event for the GBP USD, that was the Brexit. So when you are trying to test something in the markets, you never know exactly how the markets will go. Okay, no doubt on that. Try to exclude some major events because we would be unfair judging a strategy or a technique without using our basic knowledge, our basic tools. I have mentioned, I have covered all of the information that you're going to need in this channel. Everything is here. We have performed live trades. We are doing live trades. Live trades while the non-farm payrolls are about to release. Live trades when we have interest rates. Because we try to avoid major events, for sure. This is something that we need always to keep in mind. But also, it's very important to not forget what we say, what we let's say analyze in our videos and in all our series. Because even when I'm doing a simple tutorial, let's say for the MACD, of course we are using some fancy titles. There is no such a kind or a technique that will get you from 1 to 1000, from 1000 to 5000, and so on. All of them, they are using some martingale techniques. Let's say you are losing your bet because you are not trading, you are just putting bets. Also, very important, when we are entering a market, many times, especially when we are new, we are not sure about what we are doing. And to what I mean by that, you might be profitable even just by using a simple MA. Why? Because we have an uptrend. For example, if you are trading on the S&P, you will be profitable. At least that's what you're gonna think, because you will just using a simple MA and you will get verified on your trades. This will boost your ego, let's say, and lead you to bigger openings and so on. And this is the moment that your account will be blown up, for sure. But the reason is that you will start to risk more and more. You might have some clusters of winning trades because you think that you can read the market correctly, and this is true. Keep the basic elements of your trading technique or strategy, as we have analyzed many times in our channel and in our series. Do not expect miracles to happen. Now, as I've said about the GBP USD, we will see our final results and what this super easy strategy, simple winning Forex, crypto, and so on. So let's see how we did with our fellow trader. I mean, what his proposal did to our pair and to our account. These are our final results in our winning pair in GBP USD. I exclude major events. Of course, we want to be, let's say, accurate, the most accurate we can do that. I mean, if someone is trading for the first time and chooses this kind of strategies and technique and doesn't know the major events, probably will think that things doesn't make sense or huge moves and so on. But it's not so. It is a chaotic system. However, there are some major rules that you need to pay attention, some major news in the market, let's say. So our starting balance, as always, it's 1000 USD. Ending balance was 867. I was amazed because I will explain why. In our 101 trades, we have losses on 68 trades. The win ratio was 32%. Let's say 33. Is not so important. However, this technique is not so useless as you might think. And why is that? I mean, based on the conclusions and based on what we see. Every time that I make an episode in Forex Debunked, not only we debunk people that claim can be the market, but they don't have any proven trading history and so on. I tried my viewers to finish the video and gain something, let's say. I hope, not everyone will, but I hope that some of you probably will gain something by viewing this video. So this system with a win ratio of 33%, imagine capitalize on the opposite. So actually what you can do is bet about the opposite. When all these conditions are met, is not a time to go long, but go short. I would like to cover in one of my tests, in one of my episodes. I'll promise I will do one episode, Forex Debunked. I will speculate on one of our techniques. So I will find the worst one, and I will capitalize. I will try to do the opposite, let's say, trade on the opposite direction based on the technique. I know it sounds a bit chaotic, however, remember we are doing everything for entertainment, so I will try to do that and see what will happen. So this technique unfortunately doesn't work. The reason that doesn't work is if you already watch my series and how an exponential moving average works, or a simple moving average, or a MACD, probably you already know. The technique is not so useless because we had several consecutive losses and consecutive winners, let's say. And why was that? If you analyze the basic idea of this technique, MACD and EMA, it will work perfectly when the markets are trending. And of course, every indicator will work when the market is trending. We have analyzed that. We have said that. I mean, even if you put a very simple EMA, a 51, a 150, try the basics one. Probably you will see that when the prices averagely start to retrace, it's a time to go long, and for the opposite direction, of course, go short. So for this episode, for our final conclusions, because it's a perfect opportunity to analyze the MACD and the simple or the exponential moving average, is to understand that there is no holy grail in trading. What I didn't expect is the losing ratio of this strategy. I didn't expect to be so high. In most of the techniques that we are testing, also that you are testing, probably you will see that they are close to 50%, 55 maybe. Anything that goes above or below, it is a signal. What I mean by that? We've said that in trading nothing is written in stone. But imagine, you can also check the flip coin paradox. Imagine that our fellow trader tried to beat the market. I don't mean you, but everyone, and start to trading. So his system, at let's say in a couple of trades, let's say in 200 trades, 300 trades, we have the conclusion that the winning versus losses is close to 50%. This probably might indicates that it's a random system. I mean, even if you put your dog to choose the trades, long or short, probably your dog might have the same results. Actually, your dog will be much more profitable than my system that generates almost 38%, correct. Of course, I risk 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 11, and so on. And this is what makes the juicy part, the profitable part. I don't care to be correct all the times. I never did. This is something that I don't even care. I just want to be profitable. So every system that starts to goes to the extremes, let's say, for example, let's say that you have a system that loses 80% of the times. You can capitalize on the opposite direction. I mean, when it's a buy signal, sell, and where is a sell signal, buy. I know that it sounds chaotic, and when it comes to automated systems and some strategies and some techniques that you will see there, you need to worry when your system is close to 50%. As I've said, nothing is written in stone. You need to make several tests try again. You cannot beat the market so easily. You cannot use just a MACD. You cannot use just an indicator. You cannot use just a simple MA and so on. There is no way to do that so simple and so easy. Keep that in mind. But you can try to play with the numbers and the statistics, at least in the beginning, I mean, when you're a new trader. So, I tried also in this episode to be friendly, at least with some people that claim can beat the market. If you have any idea, if you want to send me a video, please keep in mind that there are thousands out of there. So we need to also be able to be productive with our videos. I mean, there must be a purpose when we are doing that, when we are creating something. Because when I create every episode, there is a conclusion in the end that probably you will be able to use it in your trading technique, in your trading strategy. Remember that 95% are losing, and this is not something random. I mean, this is a very important factor. The market is not so easy, is not your friend, and this is something that you need to understand. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for all your support in the series and your messages. I cannot reply to everyone every time at every moment. At least I'm trying to use my links to people that are asking me some standard questions. Again, thank you very much for your support. Trade safe, and I hope I'll see you in the future.